All right, so thank you for tuning in to the Dirty Laundry Media channel. This is your man online, Bill Money. Peace to the fam. I want to get into a topic tonight. Taking a step back in history to about 2012, when Florida Congressman Allen West made the assertion that the Democratic Party had roughly 80 Communist Party members. And he stated that the Congressional Progressive Caucus specifically has members who are affiliated with the Communist Party. Of course, the liberal media quickly dismissed his claims, not truly refuting the claims, but of course protested the claims. And I'm sure you would, to this day, if the assertion was made today, that these claims would be roundly criticized and rebuffed in the liberal media. But I'm doing research, and I just want to ask the question: has the Democratic Party, in fact, been infiltrated by communists? And we'll be able to take a look a moment at Allen West giving an explanation for what he was talking about. And we'll share some more information about the Congressional Progressive Caucus, some of its members and their ideologies. And, we'll see where we land and where the evidence points us. Wise man once said that history is best qualified to reward all research. I hold that to be true. I'm going to share this video of Allen West in his own words. You can hop down in the comment section. Let me know what you think.
What percentage of the American legislature do you think are card-carrying Marxists or
corporate tax? I believe there's about 78 to 81 members of the Democratic Party that are members of the Congress Party.
About a week ago, Congressman, you said that the Congressional Progressive Caucus had 70 or so communists. Do you have any regrets about those?
No, I don't regret it whatsoever. And I think that if you would take the time to study the political spectrum of ideologies, you understand that at the turn of the century, American communists renamed themselves as progressives. If you study the Woodrow Wilson administration, people refer to the Woodrow Wilson administration as a progressive administration. Now, what I would hope that people would do in the media is maybe you should do a little research and start looking at what political ideologies are, what they stand for. There's a very thin line between communism, progressivism, Marxism, socialism, or even, as Mark Levin has said, statism. It's about nationalizing production. It's about creating, expanding a welfare state. It's about this idea of social and economic justice. And you hear that being played out, now with fairness, fair share, economic equality, shared sacrifice, ad nauseum, ad infinitum. And it's also about creation of a secular state. And this whole argument that the liberal left is trying to take you down, talking about women's contraception, is really about a federal government that is reclassifying religious organizations for them to be able to manipulate them however they wish. So that's what I wish people would focus on. Now, let me also bring something up. Since I've been up here, first time ever in politics, past 15 months, we've had members of the Democrat Party stand up and talk about how Republicans want to kill women. We've been called racist. We've been called sexist. We've been called homophobes, Islamophobes. We hear people constantly talking about the Tea Party right-wing extremists of the Republican Party. But I don't see anyone, getting upset and challenging the other side about this. And I welcome anyone to have a discussion and a debate about political ideology. Because when you look at what is happening in this country right now, you tell me that this government is not nationalizing production. Automobile industry, financial sector, healthcare, cap and trade did not go through the legislative process. Look what they're doing through the EPA as far as the energy sector. Look at what's happening with the National Labor Relations Board. Who would have ever thought that we live in the United States of America, where the federal government would be telling a private sector organization where they could relocate? Now, you look at some of the bills that have come out of the Congressional Progressive Caucus. These are individuals that voted against having a balanced budget amendment, but yet they wanted to have a constitutional amendment so they could redistribute wealth. I don't know if that's in keeping in your version of a constitutional republic, but when I went through my studies, it surely was not. So I stand by what I'm saying, And it was very interesting that people on the left are not debating the point that I made. They just don't like the fact that it was made.
Mr. West, you say it's just not an issue of home inflation. Do you really believe in your heart of hearts that they adhere to the political philosophies?
Chad, I just went down the line and gave you examples of legislation. I just went down the line and talked to you about the means. But look, okay, you want to talk about creating, expanding the welfare state? Look at Inauguration Day, when how many people were on food stamps. Look at Inauguration Day, how many people were in poverty, and look at where we are today. You want me to tell you exactly where we are? Okay, as of 27 March, we had 46 million people on food stamps. On Inauguration Day, we had 32 million. That's a 45% increase. Americans in poverty on Inauguration Day, 39.8. Today, as of 27 March, 46.2. That's a 6.4 million increase. That's what I'm talking about, creating, expanding a welfare state. So, folks, do your research. Understand these ideologies. And this is a choice between two very clear futures for the United States of America. And I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to be afraid about the fact that I call a spade a spade. That's my responsibility to the American people.
A question from a Twitter user: why doesn't the House attach amendments to repeal Obama?
So you heard Alan West in his own words. He seemed to stand 10 toes down on his assertion that there was indeed a significant communist faction within the Democratic Party itself. And he made some very good points. And again, we're doing research. I want you guys to hop down in the comment section and let me know what you think about what Alan West has stated. And I want to leave you with a clip from another video, which kind of gives us a picture of where we are today based on the comments that Alan West made in 2012. So that's an 11-year gap. I always say it takes about 20 years at least to be able to properly digest and understand the significance of historical events, happenings, things of that nature. So I think enough time has passed, and the future will reveal yet more and shed more light upon Alan West's assertion that the Democratic Party has been infiltrated by communists. So I'm going to leave you with another clip, see if this kind of rings a bell with what's going on today.
Average house prices in Dublin, €509,000. You need a salary of 150,000 a year in order to get a mortgage on a property like that. And your affordable housing schemes are linked to a discount on that absolutely obscene price. In my area, average house prices €700,000. So a whole future generation of young people, working people, will never be able to own their own home and will be prey to the obscene rents that are being charged of €2,000 and €2,200. Never able to save, never able to aspire to own their own home, and you have failed them completely, and you won't even give them eligibility for social housing support. It's obscene.
So you heard that, and does that sound eerily similar to what's going on today in the United States? Of course, this was in Europe, but in the United States today, ever since the pandemic and the Build Back Better scheme put forth by the World Economic Forum, as well as the philosophy that you will own nothing and be happy. We've seen housing prices skyrocket. The average price of a home is probably north of $500,000. The average price of rent is north of $2,000. Sounds eerily similar. We've seen large corporations such as BlackRock buy up large swaths of single-family homes over the last several years, driving the prices of houses north. And we've been experiencing high inflation and increased in interest rates in homes. Making homes virtually unaffordable at this time, where it doesn't make sense to either buy or sell. It's a lose-lose. Alan West might have been hitting on something there. I wanted to drop that on you guys. Again, hop down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. In the next video, we're going to delve into the Congressional Progressive Caucus, some of its members, and some of their political ideologies, as well as their policies. So Don't forget to hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hop down in the comment section and let me know what you think. This is your man online, Bill Money, signing off. See you on the other side.